Hello, my name is Brandon Anderson, and I'm a cybersecurity researcher at Grand Canyon University. I've prepared this presentation to cover the topic of cloud-based security. First, we'll cover cybersecurity fundamentals for cloud-based security. Then, we'll talk about minimizing risks, threats, and vulnerability using best practices. Next, we'll talk about eliminating attack vectors in cloud environments with port security, then patch management solutions for cloud environments. Near the end, we'll discuss defining vulnerability windows from zero-day to patch availability. And finally, I will talk about mobile device security, or BYOD, AI security solutions, and the NIST SP 1822. First, let's talk about the fundamental principles of cybersecurity for cloud security. For any aspect of cybersecurity, the CAI triad will always be considered, and that is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality ensures that data is strictly protected and accessible only by authorized users. Integrity ensures that data has not been manipulated or tampered with in any way. And availability ensures that systems and data are accessible for authorized users at all times. The CII triad is a fundamental cybersecurity principle that provides a framework for securing data and systems, especially in cloud-based environments. Confidentiality is achieved through strategies such as the principle of least privilege, identity and access management solutions, multi-factor authentication, and encryption. Integrity can be protected through solutions such as strong encryption, cryptographic hash functions, and digital signatures. Finally, availability can be ensured using strategies such as redundancy and load balancing. While all of these solutions provide excellent coverage for each element of the CIA triad, identity and access management solutions can single-handedly ensure confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Next, minimizing threats and vulnerabilities. Best practices. Techniques for minimizing risks, threats, and vulnerabilities in cloud-based environments required a multi-layered, holistic security strategy known as defense in depth. First, identity and access management solutions and the principle of least privilege help to enforce confidentiality, protect data integrity, and ensure availability. Network security is paramount in cloud-based environments. Solutions such as virtual private clouds, segmentation with subnetting, and network security groups keep cloud-based networks secure. Encryption for data at rest and data in transit is a mandatory resource for cloud-based security. Tools such as Amazon Web Services, Key Management Service, and Azure Key Vault provide an effective resource for managing cryptographic keys. And of course, active monitoring and logging, and finally, port scanning, vulnerability analysis, and network traffic monitoring. Solutions such as Nmap, Nessus, OpenVAS, TCP dump, and Wireshark help to detect and mitigate threats and risks. Next, minimizing attack vectors with port security in the cloud. Port security is essential for every networking infrastructure, but this is especially true for cloud-based networks. Open ports create an attack vector or entryway into a cloud-based network, especially if the open port is bound to vulnerable software, servers, or services. Closing unnecessary ports is absolutely mandatory, especially if vulnerable software is listening onto the open port. And closing these ports will eliminate attack vectors and reduce the size of the attack surface. Using the default deny strategy is an element of zero trust architecture and the policy of least privilege, which ensures that ports remain closed unless absolutely necessary. Finally, network security groups act as virtual firewalls for cloud based networks, which control inbound and outbound network traffic. Amazon Web Services and Azure offer network security group solutions in cloud based networks. Patch management solutions for the cloud. Patch, manage, Patch management solutions are an effective utility for keeping operating systems, servers, services, and applications updated to their latest versions, ensuring that all software does not contain any known security vulnerabilities. In a cloud environment, the responsibility to manage patching varies depending on the service model. In the infrastructure as a service model, the customer is responsible for managing patches on operating systems and applications. In this model, Amazon Web Services offers the AWS Systems Manager, Patch Manager, and Azure offers the Automation Update Management tool. In platform as a service model, the cloud provider is responsible for conducting patch management on the cloud infrastructure, which relieves the customer from the complexity of updating the operating system, servers, and services. Next, understanding the vulnerability window. The vulnerability window is a five-step process that describes the cycle of attackers discovering new vulnerabilities and vendors releasing a patch to mitigate the new zero-day vulnerability. Zero-day vulnerability is an unknown security flaw that has 0 days of protection due to its unknown nature. Researchers or threat actors first identify an unknown zero-day vulnerability. This is the first step. The second step is exploitation. Threat actors develop an exploit and attack the zero-day vulnerability. Third, vendor discovery. The vendor of the vulnerable software discovers the flaw and begins to develop a security patch. Step 4, patch is released. A vendor pushes the security patch into production. And the final step of this cycle, patch deployment. Administrators and security professionals test and deploy the new security patch. Next, mobile device security and cloud security with AI. Bring your own device or BYOD. Policies such as BYOD grant employees the option to utilize their mobile devices while at work, but this convenience introduces many risks for corporate networks and cloud infrastructure, such as data leaks, employee devices carrying malware, and the potential for data loss if the device is misplaced, lost, or stolen. The National Institute of Standards and Technology, SP 1822, introduces standards to mitigate the risks imposed by BYOD policies. And some of these standards cover device onboarding, provisioning, data segregation, containerization, mobile threat defense, secure authentication, and access control. Finally, artificial intelligence has enhanced cloud security exponentially, but it has also strengthened the capability of attackers. Some security breakthroughs using AI are as follows. Generative threat detection not only detects new exploits, but also utilizes AI automation to generate a security patch automatically. Autonomous Mobile Threat Detection, or MTD, uses AI to trap and analyze malicious software or network communications on mobile devices. And finally, and most excitedly, polymorphic malware defense. It identifies dangerous code even if hidden or obfuscated through mutation, stopping even zero-day threats in their tracks. And I want to thank you all for listening in on my presentation. Thank you very much. Goodbye.